We will not copyright or trademark that. We do not have the rights to this at all. Please do not sue us. Thank
you. Welcome to These Unprecedented Gays, featuring Joe Granelli and Paul Smith. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, and review wherever you stream your podcasts. Check us out on Instagram at tugayspod and email us at tugayspod@yahoo.com. We hope you enjoy.
What are we doing? I don't know. Are we rolling? Is this rolling? Is that a thing?
Yeah, that is a thing. It's like in movies and
but
stuff.
No, is that us? Are we rolling?
Well, I'm not doing any drugs or anything.
Oh, didn't we have that episode already?
I think I talked about doing a lot of drugs when I was a kid.
Yeah, again, don't do it.
Don't do it, kids. So, hey, all you tuggers and tuggettes, it's Paul.
And I'm Joe.
And we are These Unprecedented Gays.
That's true, that's us.
That is us.
And they are
us and we are they.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. So, how was your week, Joe?
I don't even... What? Oh, man. Okay. My week was okay. This week for work is crazy. It's another one of those like, oh my gosh, there's lots of work to do. I mean, but there's always lots of work to do. But the highlight of my week is that I spilt water on my computer mouse, and I had to get a new mouse. And this new mouse is like really ergonomic and it fits my hand so much better because my mouse before was like a travel mouse and it was like tiny and it was like for maybe children, like the size of a quarter. But now my mouse just actually fits my hand. That's the highlight of my life. Yeah. Oh. But I named my mouse Stuart Little.
Oh,
but I assumed their gender. So
yeah, how dare you put that on?
Also, but like, what if my mouse doesn't identify as little?
Oh. There you go.
It's a mouse. It's really comfortable and it scrolls fast. So there we go.
There you go.
What about you?
So week's been good. I mean, it's been kind of crazy at work and stuff. Some stuff happening at home because we had a pipe kind of leak and everything into the walls.
Oh, a leaky pipe.
Yeah, a leaky pipe.
Oh, is it leaky?
All up in your face.
Oh my. Did you
Wait, that was last episode.
Isn't a leaky pipe a thing? No?
I don't. It probably is. We have to check Urban Dictionary for that kind of thing. I don't know.
That's
I can't keep up with all that kind of
source.
Stuff. Yeah. So we had a leaky pipe in the wall, and we called our landlord, and they've been really great about getting people out here, getting it done right. So it's just been kind of crazy because we've had like a dehumidifier and fan in our room.
Doesn't that counteract?
Huh?
No, that's a humidifier. Okay.
Yeah. So, but it's like, it's drawing all the moisture out, but guess where it's also drawing all the moisture out
From
of?
you.
From me.
Oh, no.
So, I wake up and I'm all dry and it's like, my skin's all dried out, so I feel itchy.
She puts the lotion on it.
I know.
Yeah.
I have to like lotion up.
Yeah, lube it up.
And then, to add insult to injury, our hot water heater stopped working the other day.
Oh my God.
So I'm just like, yes, thank you. It's like, rain on me, just
with
everything.
Cold water.
Yeah.
Wait, was the pipe like a sewer pipe or just like a water pipe?
Just a water pipe.
Okay, good.
And we noticed it was along the back wall, along our garage area. So it's actually great because it didn't really affect too much, except in our bedroom. We woke up and there was a wet spot. And not from nightly emissions, you know what I'm saying?
Or your dog.
Or my dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, this doesn't smell like pee.
Is this water?
From us or the dog.
What if someone came in? Oh my God. I remember this news article. No, it was a news story. And it was, I think, down in Chula Vista or somewhere in San Diego. And it was this woman or a person woke up in the middle of the night and there was a homeless person that had broken into their apartment and was watching them sleep.
Okay, that just freaks me the fuck out.
So lock your door.
Yeah.
Because maybe a homeless person came in and took a wee on your carpet. A wee, right? A wee?
A wee, yes.
A whiz?
A whiz, a wee, a pee, a
but
tinkle.
Not the whiz. I mean, when he thought of home, you know. He thought of a place where he could whiz.
Okay. So, and then, so it's just been kind of a crazy week with dealing with all that and with work and stuff.
Are they having like plumbers and everyone come in while you guys are
so
home?
all day long, Andy's here and he's trying to work, but he also has to deal with like
construction
and everyone from Serve Pro and stuff. But like our landlords have been great. The people who have been coming in have been great.
I saw commercials for Serve Pro, and I was like, when does that ever get used?
Yeah,
you used it.
We used it,
and then you did not have to pay for anything, right?
Oh God, no.
Good.
We rent, so it's like that's
benefits
what I
of
love
renting.
about that.
People. If you're looking at the cost and benefits of renting versus homeownership, this is a great argument for rentals. You don't got to replace the floor
because it ain't your responsibility.
And they fixed it all. Is it all done?
No.
Okay.
We're dried out.
Okay. I mean, yeah. I can tell.
So we're dried out up there, so we can start moving furniture back to where it was.
Oh, you had to take. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah, and they were like, if you want to go to a hotel, we will pay for it. Blah blah blah. But like, it's more trouble us packing up everything and taking Cooper and stuff and going to a hotel than it would be just
COVID.
Us deal with it. Yeah. Plus COVID.
That whole thing.
There's during a pandemic.
She's still here. Yeah, she ain't going anywhere.
So, and then I just want to make sure that everybody knows, like, hey, head over to Spotify and look up tugayspod, and you can find our profile with our playlist because
they're really good.
We have a sex positive playlist out, which is all
Christmas
about
too.
We have the holidays.
Look, you can listen to Christmas anytime,
right?
Or sex positive whenever you want to have,
right?
Whatever you're
and
doing.
It's like the best of 2020. The sex positive one has a lot of songs that are. Some of them are overtly sexual. Some of them are about body parts. Some of them are very subtle in their sexuality and stuff like that.
Like everyone on Earth.
Yes, exactly. There's
all of you tuggers and tugheads.
Right. There's a lid for every trash can they
Some of you are overtly sexual and some of you are demure and coy. And there's whatever in between. Is that the spectrum? I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah,
have sex and be safe.
Yeah. So, Joe, this is going to be our third in our 3-part series. Mm-hmm. So we already had an episode about dating. Mm-hmm. We did an episode about sex. Mm-hmm. And now this one is about breaking up.
Yeah, I think that we should do the theme song Break Up by the Frock Destroyers for Drag Race UK. Right? I mean, but that's about
bye.
I really love that,
and that's
song.
about all I can sing because I don't want to pay rights from that. You know, because
RuPaul
will get us. RuPaul will get you. Okay.
Well, you know what I learned, like, maybe this was the other day. I don't know, honestly. Sometime in the past, it could have been 30 years ago. No, I would have been one. That wouldn't make sense. But, like, apparently, because I saw a commercial, and I think it was for Folgers, and they play the Brighter Than the Sun, I think by Colby Calais.
No, Sheryl Crow.
Or whoever it is. But it's not the original artist. And I was like, why? And then apparently it's because it's expensive to bring the rights in, and it's cheaper to have, like, a no-namer do a recording.
Oh.
I know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Info, the more you know, people.
We haven't infotained them in a long time.
I know.
Okay, good. All right. There we go, everybody. Yes, so breaking up. Paul, what are you talking about when you mean breaking up?
Well, I mean, because everything happening in the world right now, everybody's under a lot of stress and stuff, and it's putting a strain on a lot of relationships. Mm-hmm. And as we've talked about before, I know that I have had a lot of friends and people that I know who have been together, and then this whole thing has kind of having to work from home, having to be around somebody.
It's a
pressure
cooker of things,
and it's kind of made people separate, and they realize, okay, maybe this can't work for me. Mm-hmm. And it's like, how do you deal with that? How do you know it's time to take that step?
Yep.
It's because I have some questions. It's like, my first one is, when and how did you know it was time to break up with someone? Because, like, it's funny because people will think, okay, there's no spark anymore or something, or we're just, all we do is we sit at home and we don't do anything. And it's like, okay, but you can't do anything right now because, you don't really have a choice. You gotta
be inventive. So to clarify though, we're talking romantic, right? Or
yes.
can we, because I think that what we talk about today is it can be applicable in any relationship.
Right. Friendships and family even.
When it's time to walk away from anybody. Emphasis on romantic relationships and breaking up, because I think those ones hurt the most.
Right. And with a lot of them with family and friends, it's a little bit because it's more toxic on your mental health and everything like that.
It's kondomari, spring clean your life. Yeah.
But like this one is more romantic. And when do you know that romance is done? Mm-hmm. and stuff, because like sometimes some things can present themselves in a way, but that's not how it's supposed to be taken.
Yeah.
Because comfortability and routine can sometimes present itself as stagnant.
Yeah. I mean, and that sometimes then people feel like they don't have the spark anymore. And then they're like, oh, if I don't have the spark, then what is it? But it's you get past the honeymoon phase in a relationship, right?
But then you have all those people who are like, every day is a honeymoon phase for me. It's like, bitch, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, well, they are also probably Instagram people that like are fake.
Right.
They're like, wow. I mean, this is no, shade or judgment, but I think that those kinds of people, they may very well be that kind of person, and I am good for you, like great for you, but like life isn't always rainbows and butterflies.
Right.
Isn't that a song? It's the rain.
No.
Yes.
Oh,
Maroon 5. I don't know the song. It's not always rainbows and butterflies. It's compromise that moves us along. She will be loved. There we go.
Okay.
Whew. Got it.
Got there.
But it really, right? It's not, And so I'll ask some questions to you, because I think for me, right, I'm curious for you. That was very confusing. How would you know it would be time? And then are you the kind of person that would be, I'm going to give extra credit, I'm going to give more information?
So for me, I'm a huge communicator. That's like the biggest thing for me is I love communicating, and that is my love language. Like I will over communicate with you. So for me, I tend to tell people what I need and what I'm not getting, and that's always important to me, because that's how you're going to know if this relationship has run its course or not. Now, I'm okay with routine. I like routine. I like knowing, hey, I'm going to come home. My husband's going to be there. He's going to kiss me. I'm going to take the dog for a walk, and boom, boom, boom. This is how we're going to do things. Every once in a while, it's nice to kind of like change it up. He's going to go walk the dog. Okay, girl. Spice. I love it.
It is the spice of life, variety.
Right. But it's also like, I have also grown in this whole idea of I don't want to self-sabotage, and I have to look at like my own insecurities to find out what am I putting on this relationship too, because it's like, am I thinking there's something wrong and there's really nothing, and it's my own expectations, which are like, that's me. I didn't put that on them. I'm putting that on that person. So it's interesting because it's, like I said, I had to deal with my own insecurities and having like, what am I doing wrong, or why am I not getting what I need or what I thought I needed from this relationship?
Would you say that you exhaust all options before you would confirm that you want to end something?
I have not in the past.
Okay. So, well, tell us about that.
It's just like, for a while there, I was this whole idea of things are always greener on the other side.
Okay.
So if for any moment, instead of talking to someone about what I was missing, I would find that in someone else and then leave.
Okay.
So there you go. And
but
I know that no, it's not uncommon.
Yeah.
Happens all the time, especially within the gay community. And I have realized it about myself, and I have worked on it, and now I'm better about it. Yeah. So
yeah, that's something that is pretty common. I think that I'm not that way, which is frustrating because I go and I give it my all, and I'm like, okay, when do I let go? And then it's usually the point where I'm like at a burnout. So probably not the best, but that's what I need to work on.
At least you know.
Yes, right. Awareness is
knowing
key.
is half the battle.
What's the other half?
They never tell you. What the fuck?
Is it doing?
I don't know.
Being?
Like, let me know, G.I. Joe.
Knowing and moaning.
Oh. Or is it knowing and owning? Oh, maybe.
I like that.
Okay.
Sure.
So like, tell me about, how do you handle your insecurities when they arise, or when issues arise within a relationship, and like a fight, and do you knee jerk to wanting to break up, or a partner making friends and you just assume that they're cheating, or?
So I think for me in relationships, I mean, I've been very insecure in relationships when I was younger. And I think with age that kind of goes away. I mean, now I think I'm definitely more confident and secure in myself. And I think what you had said about communication is key. If I'm not getting something, I'm going to say it. Or if something makes me like a little uncomfortable, I'll say something. I am an over communicator too. And it's kind of sometimes to the point of like, oh, okay, like, did that need to be said? Like, oh, hey, like, don't do that. Like, oh, don't touch me there. Or like, oh, what are you doing? Like, that's kind of me. But I think insecurities for me would be in the beginning, right? When you're just starting to date somebody, because you question things, right? You're getting to know somebody, you know, whether you're trying to figure out whether or not you're compatible, and you're trying to put like this best face forward, but then you're like, well, oh my gosh, especially now with texting and everything, texting is the worst. Like, oh, they didn't text me back.
Do not break up with somebody by text, people. That is not okay.
In person, well, maybe right now because of COVID.
PSA.
Well, actually, if you're dating somebody, they're hopefully in your bubble, so you can break up with them in person.
Yeah. I'm like, hopefully, you know, and especially if you're living with them, please don't text them from the other room saying we need to break up.
Oh my God, what if someone was like, hey, I've been exposed to COVID and I can't see anybody, by the way, I'm breaking up with you. By the way, you need to be out in 2 weeks.
It's like, I have to quarantine for 14 days. Can you be out by then? But it's also like, wait, how did you get COVID? Because we've been quarantined in our house together.
Maybe that's why they're breaking up. No, if that person, I don't know. Look, everyone's got to deal with their own things, but no, thank you. But no, I think, yeah, insecurities are natural for me. Like I said, it just kind of is knowing that the other, like, we make up stories sometimes in our heads. And I think for me, if I have a question, I'll ask it. Like if I'm dating somebody, I'm like, oh, I wonder if they're like ignoring me, right? I'll be like, are you ignoring me? Which can be like a little annoying, but with the right person, they'll understand. But I think, yeah, for me, it's just like, okay, I know that people live their lives. I know that people are busy. I'm always on my phone. So I'm like too available. So when people aren't available, I'm like, oh gosh, like what's going on?
Yeah.
But also like there's a difference. Like if your communication is pretty, you know, it's flowing and then you're texting back and forth and calls or whatever, and then it just stops. Like, I'm not stupid.
Right.
Like, I can read the signs or whatever they're called. The tea leaves, the things, you know? Yeah, I think that would be me.
So have you ever had like a funny breakup?
No, I've only had 3 legitimate relationships. And I never broke up with them. I was always the breakupper. The breakup-y?
Yeah, the breakup-y.
The one that was being broken up with.
Right.
And I think it just shows that my choice in men, I choose people that end up falling out of love with me, which is fun, I guess.
I don't think that's it.
Well, so basically what ends up happening...
Do you ever have an exit interview from your relationships? Like,
no, but I want one. Okay, here's the card. You'll be having a survey. How did I do?
For future reference, what could I do better?
I've had that question asked to me and by me. So, but I think for the past 3, like the first one was my first relationship and I was young and it was, you know, we weren't meant for each other and I was trying to hold on and make it work. Mm-hmm. Again, detrimental to me. And it was just like, this is probably not healthy, but like, I like having a relationship and it's nice and I'm comfortable in it.
Right.
When I was giving so much of myself away. And then the second one, which wasn't a long relationship, but I feel like I was definitely falling in love, like going on the direction of falling in love. And he was like, yeah, I just don't feel that spark. I was like, okay, well, I can't do anything about that. Like, I can't make you love me. That's a song too. Oh my God. Okay. I'm like,
you're like Shazam over here.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Call me Bonnie Raitt. It's her, right? That's her. But yeah. And then the last one, I was just like, look, if you don't want to be with me, then like, just tell me. I'd rather know. I'm not a child. I'm not someone that is super sensitive. Like, I'd rather know so I don't waste my time.
Right.
Like, I don't want to be dating you if you don't want to date me. Like, tell me so then I can move on and find someone who does want to date me.
Right.
But yeah, I forgot the question.
If you ever had a funny breakup.
Oh, did not answer that question. No. But I think in like ending like a dating sort of like seeing somebody without anything being serious, I've had like, it's mostly like, hey, this isn't working out. Like, best of luck in your future endeavors. Which is kind of funny for me, but not for them.
Okay.
So, I mean, I want people to know, I feel like the worst is just being ghosted.
Right.
And I mean, that's all I really know because I've only really dated in the time of digital. So being ghosted is kind of normal. And I never want to give that feeling to somebody. So I'm always like, hey, even if it wasn't good, I would let them know like, hey, I enjoy the time with you, whatever, but I don't see this going anywhere. No hard feelings,
right.
Blah, blah, blah. Have you had a funny breakup? You probably have.
Yes. So the one story that actually sticks out in my mind is I was younger, probably like 17 or so, and I had just recently come out to my mom like a month or two before, and I started going to this group in Orlando called Delta Youth Alliance. And it was a, gay lesbian group for teens and stuff like that. And I met a guy there. We started dating and everything. And he had given me hickeys on my neck. And this is where I get my aversion to hickeys, as it is, even though my husband loves to give them to me too.
Well, just below the neck. Below the neck is fine.
No. He likes to give them up so people can see them.
Oh, like, so claim you.
Like, I'm 12 years old.
Yes, I had someone suck on my neck, and I'm not a vampire, I promise.
Exactly. So, and Nick has seen them at chorus.
I've
so
never
he knows
seen you have a hickey. I feel like I would have noticed it.
I try to hide them when he gives them to me, but like,
Do you wear
it doesn't work.
turtlenecks in summer?
Yeah.
Okay, well, now I know. If I see you in a turtleneck in summer, it's not fashion.
Right. Bill might be. Let's be real.
Oh my god, can you do like a sleeveless turtleneck?
Yeah, it's like a dickie. It's not even really,
What's a dickie?
It's not even really a turtleneck. It's just the turtleneck part, and then it's kind of like a bib.
Yes, I want that. Where do I
Because
get
if you've
one?
ever watched Big Bang Theory, Wolowitz wears them all the time.
I've watched that show. What do you mean?
The Jewish guy who's not a doctor, he's been at MIT.
I thought he wears plaid all the time.
No, he wears those turtleneck dickies. So,
Dickies.
but anyway, back to my story. Back to me. We're circling back.
We just put up a picture of Dickies on the computer. I'm for it.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get a bunch of them.
I'm all for Dickies. Joke. Ease.
So I started dating this guy, and I go to visit my mom at work one day where she's at because I had to go drop something off or whatever. And he was with me, and she sees the hickeys on my neck. And she's like, "Who's this?" I was like, "Oh, this is my friend so-and-so." And I can't even remember his name now. Like,
oh, no.
It escapes me because that's how long it was. And so I introduced him and stuff, and he was upset with me because I didn't introduce him as my boyfriend. And I'm like, my mom is, just now dealing with this, so I need you to be relaxed.
Chill, unnamed man.
Right. So we
suck
go
on my neck.
Well, and then we go back and, we have a little oral play and stuff. And then I go, yeah, this is not working for me. We need to break up.
Well, there you go.
So there you go.
Well, at least you now know that you can have Dickies for hickeys. There you go. I want one. I need to get one.
We'll see about getting you one. We'll see if we can order you one.
Well, there's a 4-pack on Amazon, but we don't.
Oh.
We don't Amazon here.
And there's 4 of us here, so each one of us can have one.
Ooh, and we can have assorted colors.
Yes.
I'm all about it. Dickies.
So,
yes.
What are things that are definitive deal breakers for you you will break up with someone for?
Cheating.
But is it
Emotional, physical, mental, all the cheating, all parts of it.
just one time and that's done, one and done?
Well, so I've been cheated on, which is why I kind of have like a thing.
As a gay man, I think we've all been cheated on.
Yeah. So the first guy I dated, it wasn't like full on sex, but he basically was like at a friend's house, and then his friend ended up going down on him, and I was like, but like you didn't stop, and he's like, oh, it's drunk. I'm like, okay. And then it happened again, and I was just like, again, a young little child, I was like, that's fine, he loves me. I was just like, look, I don't like, I would have a conversation, but I think at this point, I'm like, if you can do that and like knowingly be okay with it, that's something that I take issue with.
Right.
Like, I understand. Like, I always say, like, if you want to cheat, have a conversation before, because if you don't want to sleep with me or whatever, like, that's something we need to talk about. and we can maybe figure out the reasoning behind it or whatever. Right? If there are urges or whatever, again, it goes back to communication.
Right.
But cheating is a huge thing. I'd be like, deuces.
Okay.
Peace out, Girl Scout.
I'm gonna start using that. Peace out, Girl Scout. I like it.
You never heard that?
No, that's the first time I've ever heard that.
I don't know where I heard it, but it's been in my brain for a long time.
Peace out, Girl Scout.
Yeah. You've never heard that?
No.
Okay.
So, like, for me, I think if it's continuous, then yes. I'm like, because I feel like if you did it and you're sorry about it and we can work towards building that trust again, I'm okay with that. Like, let's talk about it. Let's find out where the root cause was. Let's work on that and see if it gets better. Because if it doesn't, then yeah, like, I'm not going to repeatedly do this and let you do this to me over and over again.
Yeah.
Like, now my deal breaker is you raise your hand at me. Like, you want to do that? We can throw hands, but...
What do you mean raise your hand? Like, I have a question?
No, like,
okay.
You're going to raise your hand and you...
Like,
if you even...
Physical violence?
Yes, physical violence.
Gasp. Okay, because I was like, sometimes I'm like, don't talk to me, and I put up a hand. I'm like, oh my God, me and Paul can never date!
That is not the reason why we can never date!
I know.
You can't
because
handle
you're
all
a potato
this.
queen. And you like potatoes or
And
whatever.
I don't like pasta.
I know.
Because you're Italian.
I know. Would you like sausage?
Oh, boo.
No, we don't like her. So wait, okay. So physical, are we talking like abuse?
Yes.
Okay.
Because, like, you, even if it's like somebody else that I know who I know is being abused, like, I will go break up their relationship right away because I'm like, you need to get the fuck out of there.
Physical, right?
Yeah.
What about emotional?
Emotional, like, I guess in any way, shape, or form, any kind of abuse, because I was in a relationship with an emotional abuser, a mental abuser, and a physical abuser all at different times. So
oh my gosh.
It is something that you have to, it is out there, and you just have to know the signs and stuff. And
people
what
don't
you're
think
willing to put
about
up
it.
with. Right.
Yeah. Because they're like, oh, I mean, they say love is blind, and it is definitely blind. You do things and you kind of overlook things. But abuse is, I think that is a huge one that people should draw the line on, or draw the line at, draw the line with, draw the line, separate themselves from the relationship. I'm going to draw the line on that comment.
Actually, I'm not even really sure.
Should we draw the line?
I think it's draw the line at.
I mean, we're clearly not English writers.
Yeah. So, what, like, how do you deal with after breaking up? Like, what's your longest relationship?
Not long, a year and a couple months.
Okay. So it really wasn't,
we weren't like intertwined in each other's lives.
Okay.
We weren't living together. Not anything super, like, what's the thing? Not connected. Like
intertwined.
Yeah. But were you going to ask, like, how do you
deal with
after?
like separating, like, friends and
clean break, no communication, removal from everything, and that's that. Block everything. Don't delete the number, delete the Facebook, delete the Instagram, delete the pictures. Because I think for me, in order to heal, I can't be reminded of that.
Right.
I will gladly revisit if you want to be friends later, if I feel that way.
Right.
Never had that and never felt that way. But I think for me, I need a clean break, because then it's not lingering and you're basically like able to heal and move on. So, I mean, for me, it would be just total removal. And it seems kind of like emotionless, but I think it was important.
Actually, you know what? They actually tell you that that is the best way to do it, is to, once you do break up, it's like, first of all, they say, don't try to comfort the other person when you're breaking up with them.
Don't try to what?
Comfort them.
Oh.
Like, because they're in an emotional state, so you could be sending mixed signals by trying to comfort them.
Oh my God.
While
I didn't
dealing
even
with
think
it.
about that.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Number one rule, don't have sex with them afterwards. Like,
breakup sex is not a thing. Tried it, doesn't work, and it doesn't get you back together.
Exactly. Like, you're breaking up with them for a reason.
Yeah.
So maybe it's that small dick. I don't know. But like, but they also tell you, to cut off all limit the amount of exposure you have to the person, which is hard if you're living together during times of COVID.
Yeah.
But because I know a friend of ours is going through that right now, and it's hard for them, especially because the other person started dating again, and it's like, oh, that's just awkward. And then they also tell you while you're talking and you're going over the reasons why you're breaking up, you should be using I statements, statements instead of you statements. So you never want to say you never want to go out. It's more like I want to have a more social life and go out more and stuff like that, because it should be about your needs and not what the needs that they're not meeting for you.
Yeah.
But, for me, it's been hard because I've had long-term relationships.
Yeah.
Like I've been with people for 5 years, 7 years. And
I don't know how you're so young. Like that, those numbers don't add up.
It's a mystery. I'm like Benjamin Button.
Oh my God. I was like, that adds up to like 112. Clearly you're not.
Why? I have a good momoisturizing regime. Okay?
Girl, you just said you were dry. You were dry.
My skincare routine.
Oh my God. I know you were.
I know a lot of you have been asking about my skincare routine.
Okay, Donald Trump. Influencers be like, no one asked.
Or like, I'm taking a break from social media.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Yeah. So anyway,
can't miss you till you're gone. So 5 years. So it's hard for me because it's like, my last relationship that we broke up before I met my husband. We were together for 5 years, a little over 5 years. And so we lived really close to his mom. I helped her through a lot of stuff. We were close. Like we would go to dinner, just me and her sometimes. And I'm just like, I loved her to death. When I went to visit, in Orlando, I took Andy with me one time and we went and had lunch with her. And, she's amazing. But right now it's like, I feel like I've grown farther apart from them and I hate that.
Yeah.
But it's also like, how do you, like, I felt like I had to be away from them because I just didn't want to have anything to do with my ex.
You have to grieve. It really is a loss. Like, I think people don't understand that when you go through a breakup, it's a total change of your life.
Right.
And you're grieving the loss of that. And you have to find yourself again.
Right.
And then it takes time. Like, I remember I was like, okay, well, I was with a person for a year, so I was going to take like 3 months to get over them and but like, it's no timeline except yours. And like, it's going to take however long it takes. Right. And that's that.
Well, and then also for me, it was, okay, I'm going to let people reach out to me when they want to, because it's an awkward situation for everybody involved, like friends and family and stuff like that, because they don't know, who do I need to be aligned with? And like, I don't want to make you choose sides. Okay. Yeah. This isn't the Civil War. I'm like, you don't have to be a Trumper or Biden or something. Well, actually you do right now. Cause I'm like,
you don't have to be a gay in PV versus a normal guy.
Exactly. But actually you kind of do.
Yeah.
Cause I will call you out on that stuff.
Oh yeah. And it's not shame. It's just you having accountability for the actions that you've done.
Exactly. But yeah.
I'm not about shaming people, but I will hold you responsible for the actions that you've done.
I don't want to shame you, but just don't do shameful acts.
Ooh.
Okay.
I like that one. Because we're holding people accountable.
Right, exactly.
Because that's healthy.
2021 is all about accountability.
Yeah, 2021 when the shame is done, but we're going to hold you accountable on everything that you did in Puerto Vallarta. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes,
I love Tatiana.
Okay, anyway.
But so going back to some of the stuff, like we found some BuzzFeed articles about like people breaking up and everything, and they had some funny stories.
Okay, well, you want to read them and then I'll react.
Okay, so I broke up with my boyfriend in a park, and he literally climbed up a tree to cry up there. I didn't really know what to do, so I just waited around for him to come back down. Here's another tip for our listeners out there. Don't do this stuff at a public place.
But they say to do it so that people don't freak out.
No. It is not okay.
Well, whoever they are, you're wrong.
You're wrong. Because you know what happens? People can't react in the way that they want to.
Yeah.
Oh, and you're stifling their emotions.
Oh my
And that is not okay.
That is, ooh.
Okay.
Snaps
Because if
that.
I want to throw a dish around,
ooh.
I'm going to throw a dish around. If I want to smack the out of you, that's what I'm going to do.
You dishing it real good.
Okay.
But don't, what does you call it? Raise hands?
Yeah, don't throw hands at
Throw
me.
hands. What if? Okay, but wait. I think that the workaround is that what if they had like mannequin hands? And they threw them at
The
you?
little hands
Oh
from
my-
like Saturday Night
Oh my
Live.
god! Can we? But that's okay, right?
You could throw those hands. That's fine. Baby doll hands, it's fine.
Because those are light and they don't hurt. I bet they probably could use my old mouse.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and just don't do stuff over text.
Yeah.
Don't do stuff over social
Yeah.
media. Like, that is not okay.
My favorite, well, not my favorite, but like those Instagram couples who are like together and then they like post and they're like, we've broken up. And it was like, did we ask?
Yeah. And they have this long whole.
Yeah. Or like a video and it was like, okay, like live your life. Go, you have separate pages, do your thing.
Right.
Bye. Okay, like,
You don't owe anybody anything.
no, we follow you because you're probably
Or,
attractive.
like, people will go on and they'll just like change their relationship status from like in a relationship to single.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, are you playing games? Is this chess?
My favorite is, does Facebook still have It's Complicated?
Yeah. What's complicated, bitch? You with him or you not?
Well, it might be a very difficult situation that needs to be having further
You know what?
explanation.
If you have to put it's complicated, you are the side chick. Okay. I don't know what to tell you.
True. Yeah.
If in every picture all you see is his arm around your waist, you are the side chick. Okay. You need to break up with him.
Break up. Bye-bye. Yeah.
But also, don't vague book.
What?
I hate when people vague book.
What's fake book?
Like when they post something and it's very vague and
Oh my god, I did that all the time in college. Like,
I hate
I
you.
don't. But I was 18. I don't post any. I don't social media anymore. But like, I'm not like. It's called vague booking. Vague booking. Like,
Vague booking, like nobody. You're putting it out there like, oh, I just wish people would be real with me.
and then you're fishing for not compliments, but like people to
Right, or
talk
to
to you.
comment and stuff. And it's like, you know what I wish? You would just tell people what the fuck's up. It's not complicated, bitch. You got caught with another dick in your mouth.
Well, but we don't know that because they're just trying to figure out why people just leave things out in the open.
Yeah, like their penis or their vagina.
Or whatever you got.
Whatever kind of stuff you got down there or up there or around there. So another one is, I was in my college apartment trying to break up with my boyfriend and he started crying and telling me that he would change. Well, at that very moment, my roommate, who knew I was trying to dump him, started blasting Taylor Swift's "We Are Never Getting Back Together" from the next room. And that made him start bawling even harder. Okay, so this is a good thing because I was like, oh, I need to create like a playlist of like breakup songs
Taylor Swift,
and
there you
like
go.
making it through. Because I'll tell you, like, music was like a huge thing for me.
Very important, yeah.
Because I will say that I listened to "Stronger" by
Kelly Clarkson.
No, girl. Calm
Britney
down.
Spears.
No, calm down.
Kanye West. I can keep going. That's all I know, though.
No, Daft Punk. No.
Oh, Harder, Better, Fast. Okay.
No. It's called "A Little Bit Stronger," and it's oh my god, why can't I think of her name right now? Sarah Evans.
Okay.
She's a country artist, and I was like, that song. I listened to it on repeat for like 6 months after me and my ex broke up, and it was like I'd go on a walk and I'd be like, I'm a little bit stronger. And people would be like,
Is he okay?
Okay, girl.
But music, that's a good point. I mean, music is a good
But
way to
there's
cope.
also those ones that pump you up and go, like,
I got this.
Since You've Been Gone.
Or like Confident.
Right,
Well,
by
that's
Demi Lovato.
kind of, yeah, but
you
like-
can still use it.
Yeah.
Like,
I like those ones.
yeah, because like you are a bad bitch, whether you're a male or a female, and you got this, and you'll make it through, and that's all that matters.
I'm trying to I feel like I know some of those songs, but I don't know on the top of my head.
But
There's
like, what
good
do
ones.
like,
Yeah.
what is your favorite breakup song?
I feel like for me, like when I needed to like wallow in like sadness, I usually go to Adele.
Oh,
So, when I was, gosh, how long was this? 5 years ago? Yeah, I guess 5 years ago, I was dating a guy very briefly. And then we both liked Adele a lot. And then the song "He Won't Go," like he really liked that song, and I didn't really care for it. But then I would listen to it, and I was like, Oh. And then it made me sad in the beginning, but then I liked it at the end, and it like made me have power over the situation or whatever. But the last one that really got me was God, what's that guy? Louis Capaldi?
Oh God.
Somebody to Love?
Somebody to Love, yeah.
I think that one got me. And but like, that was a vulnerable time for me because I went through a breakup. I wasn't working. It was like a year of loss.
I'm judging you.
You can judge. But I remember I was driving. I can tell you exactly where I was. I was driving to the Target on Sports Arena Boulevard, and I was getting off on Rosecrans on the exit on the freeway. And that song came on, and I just started bawling. No, I think I was going to Sunset Cliffs to watch the sunset and be like pensive, but not Mike Pence. Mike Pensive.
Were you hoping it was going to rain so you could look out the window and watch the raindrops like you're in a video?
Oh my God, like Hillary Duff Come Clean.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I think I was talking to my coworker Tiffany, and I was like, no, it was So Yesterday. And I was like, oh yeah, definitely thinking of Hillary Duff. But yeah, I think that the stereotypical ones, I'm trying to see, what do we have up here? We have a list of Oh, Justin Timberlake, Cry Me a River's a good one. Oh, any Sam Smith.
Okay, see, now it depends.
I want to cry. Give me tears. Rain on me tears.
See, but like, I don't know. There's times when I want to cry, and then I'll get some like really, cheesy stuff. But then it's like, there's times I'm just mad, and I want to listen to like Veruca Salt and Hole and, the Pixies and like angry stuff. And then there's times when I just want to like get really into my head. So I listen to like Portishead and Bjork and
You're listening to a lot of artists I don't know.
Well, like, yeah. I'm sorry it's not Adele.
I love Adele. I love Adele.
But, I think I'm going to like make up a playlist of that kind of thing so that we can have it on there. So be on the lookout, all you tuggers and tuggettes.
When you follow Paul on the Spotify. On the World Wide Web,
Well, I think that's it, Joe.
Well, I want to ask you, what would your recommendations be for our listeners that are maybe going through the potential thought of maybe wanting to break up or maybe going through a breakup? What would your words of wisdom be? So
I would be, one of the first things is, why do you want to break up with a person? Mm-hmm. Like, you really need to have those reasons down. Like, and really look at it. And like, have you had a conversation before with the person that you're with about those things? Yeah. Because if you haven't given them a chance to fix what you think is wrong, that in itself is wrong. Yeah. Because how do they know it's an issue if you have never said anything? Yeah. And then also, have you had a chance to just be by yourself and figure out how that conversation is going to go? Like, what are you going to say when they're mad? What are you going to say when they start crying? What are you going to do when they start throwing things or something like that? And so you also want to make sure that you have your like, what you're going to say down, like you're almost like a script, because you don't want to get your teleprompter. Right. You get yourself a teleprompter, write down some little like Post-it notes or like little cards or something like that so that you can stay on track. Because if this is something you want to do and you've thought about this, then don't be deterred from it. And then also keep that shit between you two. Like you can do like a, hey, we're no longer together if you want to, but like you don't need to. Mm-hmm. You don't need to put it out there that the person who follows you for your cat videos doesn't need to know that you just broke up with your boyfriend. Yeah. Okay, yep. Like it's true. Mm-hmm. I'm only on your Twitter feed to hopefully see you in a towel every once in a while. I don't care that you and your husband just broke up. Oh my God. Like I don't need to know it. Like it's true. And you know what?
Thank you. Next.
Right. And I don't also need anybody on there telling me, oh, I always thought he was a dick anyway. And it's like, no, bitch.
It's their story, and no one else should weigh in on that at all.
You don't know what's going else needs to write doors. That. Yeah. And so you don't need everybody else's noise around you, because that's when everybody's like, they want to take sides. And I'm like, I'm not looking for anyone to take sides. Nope. This is a black and white issue. There is a lot of gray. Yeah. And also a lot of color. Yeah. I also don't want to discount the times that we did have.
The good. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
That's the other thing.
Yeah. When you get older, it's easier to do and have those conversations. But that comes with age.
Right.
You know, when I was younger, I was like, no, I can't. No. And now I'm just like, look, it's not working.
Yeah.
No hard feelings. We're both adults because I'm not dating less than 18-year-olds. So we're both adults. And like, do your thing, live your life. I'm going to go to Smart and Final and get some thumbprint cookies and live my life.
And like, what kind of, what else would you say would be good advice for people?
My advice is probably if you are going through a breakup or after you've broken up and you're alone again, don't be afraid to be alone and take time for you. And also, I know this is so cheesy and cliche, but it does get better. And like the pain will subside and time heals all wounds. Like every cliche thing that you could ever say, but it's so true, right? What you're hurting right now won't be hurting you later.
Right.
But if it is, then, you know, therapy and all that other stuff. So,
or get a butthole rejuvenation. Maybe that's what's hurting you.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. I think elective surgeries aren't allowed right now.
I think they're back on.
Okay, cool.
Okay, yeah.
There we go. So that's that. But if you're going through a breakup, it's going to be okay.
But you know what? I also say have a plan, an exit plan.
Yeah.
Like you need to know what you're going to do once you've told this person. Where do we go from there?
Yeah.
You know, what am I willing to compromise on with
don't talk
taking
to me,
and not
don't do
taking
these
and
things.
stuff like that? You know, there's things that you want to think about that you would do differently. There's things that you want to learn from what worked and what didn't.
Yeah.
And for every relationship, so you don't ever repeat the error.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's important too.
Kind of like a post-mortem. I think that's what they're called, right? I think.
Do an exit interview with yourself.
Yeah.
Afterwards. You know, it's like debrief.
And you don't need, and sometimes the closure that you want, you might not get.
Just don't debrief with your ex because that would be sleeping with them, and you don't want to do that anymore.
No, don't do that. You're better than that. We love you.
But it is good. It is good to like debrief afterwards and be like, hey, okay, that went good. I still feel comfortable in my decision.
Yeah.
You know,
check in with yourself.
Right.
Yeah. And also a good time to really reach out to friends and like focus on you. Like what didn't Lizzo say something like that? It's time to focus on you.
In tempo. Oh no. Soulmate.
Good for you? No. Good song. I don't Lizzo.
Okay.
We'll find that out.
Yeah. All right. So everyone, thank you so much for joining us this week.
On this journey of 3.
I know.
That's a song by Britney Spears.
1, 2, 3.
Oh my God.
That's all I can sing because I don't want to get sued.
We have 10 seconds, I think.
Yeah, no. All right, guys. Have a great week. Thanks.
Bye. Special thanks to Andrew Smith and Nick Stone for producing the show. If you like us, please follow us at tugayspod on Instagram and visit us online at tugayspod.com. You can find us anywhere you can stream podcasts. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and let us know topics you'd like to hear. And always remember, stay safe, stay classy, stay sassy, and always stay a little bit trashy. See you next week.